Should black women stop going on Love is Blind altogether? Should black people stop participating in Love is Blind altogether? Did Love is Blind bring us so much black representation and show us so much black love just to misrepresent and scam us at the end of the day? I actually don't think it would be the most far-fetched theory. Is it? When has Love is Blind ever showed genuine interest to display black love? Yes, we did see a very successful relationship that included a black woman, that of Lauren and Cameron. It was actually beautiful to see. The couple went on to receive a great deal of publicity and they both have successful social media endorsements. We also saw a similar level of admiration towards Tiffany and Brett, especially among the black community. A great deal of people admired them and loved the fact that a black couple made it all the way through. However, I can't say that they got the same level of publicity as Lauren and Cameron, or even some of the cast members who actually didn't even end up getting proposed to. Like Jessica, I believe her name is. Yeah, Jessica Vestal actually received some of the most push in Love is Blind history, even being speculated to be a plant. She went on to be part of other reality TV shows like Perfect Match, and even got cast in T-Mobile ads alongside Lauren, who I previously mentioned.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
Things started off great, but once the new wore off,
They changed.
in the beginning, I got gifts like a phone.
And then next thing you know, it's like I'm invisible.
Which kind of leads to my first point. Might I argue that Tiffany and Brett weren't seen as entertaining enough or even seen as too boring for Love is Blind? And why is this the case? So there is this wonderful article on Fox that was published actually last year. It's called Should Black Women Stop Going on Love is Blind? And in this article, Fabiola Cineas, which I hope I'm saying her name right, explores 80s journey and aspects of it to see whether or not Netflix has some sort of misogynoir problem. Sorry, I said last year. This article was actually published on March 16th, 2024. So in this article, she actually goes on to speak with a sociologist named Sarah Adianka Skold, who specializes in meeting and mating and also happens to be an assistant professor at Loyola Marymount University. So she studies about inequalities and how they are produced and reproduced in romantic relationships, and says that Love is Blind viewers are naive to have ever thought that this experiment, sometimes billed as an equalizer, would help black women have an easier time finding love. So they will be talking about the unique challenges black women face, their limited portrayals on the show, the issues with casting, and why black women's pain seems to be profitable for both Netflix and the show's producers. And of course, they're not the first ones to point this out. Netflix definitely seems to use black women's pain as a main source of entertainment. We see this when we see how big of a portion of the episode for the marriages, for the weddings, that AD, who was not having a happy time at all, was basically made the main focus of this entire thing. So in order to fully investigate whether or not black women should really be participating in Love is Blind, or everybody has their choice, rather if it's in black women's best interest for them to even be on this show, if this is something that is beneficial to black women in general, some very good questions were asked. For example, the author states, I've seen white commentators call Tiffany and Brett boring, while others have complained that they don't get enough attention from the franchise. So to this, Adienka Skold responds, when you say boring, what are you referring to? Are you looking for that drama that you guys focused on in season 5? Is that the only thing we're capable of watching? These are the same groups of people who will tell us that the black family is in shambles because all the men are like clay. But y'all want to watch that shit on television. You guys will tell us black families are poor because the women are too much in charge, but y'all want to watch that shit on television. So when there are black healthy relationships, they're calling it boring. That should make you question what it is you want to watch and why. Why do you want to see black people as stereotypically dysfunctional? So black people can't win. So yeah, I don't think Love is Blind, Netflix, even the viewers truly appreciate seeing healthy black relationships without the toxicity and the drama, because they enjoy these stereotypical relationships on television, and further they enjoy it because it is what they expect. It's entertaining to them. It also confirms that the way that they see the world is accurate, which it doesn't confirm that, but in their heads It confirms that the thoughts and the prejudices that they have towards people are in fact valid and true. The way they feel about black people, no matter how negative, now becomes valid to them. And they feel more comfortable to go throughout the world with those points of view. They feel as though the show has given them permission to continue to think this way. I also think Lauren and Cameron's situation is particularly different because of Cameron's whiteness, taking away at least some of the expectation for the couple to entertain the public through drama and toxicity. Is the fact that Cameron is white a reason for people to ignore Lauren's blackness altogether? Now, when I refer to blackness here, I want to be really clear that I'm referring to stereotypical blackness. I realize that blackness is not a monolith, and never would I ever say that someone is acting black or somebody is acting white, because I just truly don't believe in that. I've been told so many times that I act white or I talk white. Meanwhile, I'm a black person. How can my personality make me white? You know what I mean? It doesn't take away from anything. Now, I think that when an audience, particularly a white audience, has stereotypical expectations for a given race and they aren't met, they start to perceive whoever they were having these expectations for and fail to meet them as not like the others. Like, if you've ever been in a situation where you're around a group of people who might have expected you to act in a certain way, and because you don't, because they've had previous experiences or they've seen it on television or they've heard about it, they expect you to act a certain way and you don't, and now they refer to you as not like the others. Or you've probably heard it in social media, in pop culture, of people referring to people as not like the others when they don't act the same way that they expect them to act based off of stereotypical ideas. Now, when they refer to people as not like the others, it's like almost like they're reducing their expectation and now they're putting you in a different box. And over time, their expectation for you to act stereotypically, insert race here, decreases. Now, in Lauren's case, some may view it as a positive thing because she isn't expected to entertain them through trauma, but at the same time, it almost feels like any wrong move would swing their expectations in the complete opposite direction. In other words, she isn't truly allowed to be a well-rounded person in the public eye like her white counterparts without being reduced to a stereotype. Not saying that Lauren wants to lash out, but if she wanted to, what would that mean for the way the public perceives her? It's honestly an interesting thing to consider, and this leads me to the next question. What kind of portrayals of black women are allowed on Love is Blind? So this was another question asked to sociologist Sarah Adianka-Skold, and her question was, I've been thinking a lot about the reality they choose to show and how they choose to edit. They're choosing to give us some things and not give us others. They're creating a reality that reinforces these gendered racial stereotypes of black women as these Jezebels, hypersexual and promiscuous, and as these mammies who are caring. In season 4, they had these two white nasty women, Irina and Micah, on the show. That's not behavior we could ever see from black women on that show, the kind of backlash they would get, and I wouldn't want them to depict black women that way. But again, there's this humanity and fullness of person, or a spectrum of white womanhood that we don't get to see with black women. All of the black women on the show are professionals. They're extremely kind, they're extremely smart, but we don't get to see that. We see the producers and the editors focus on the problems these women have. Why are we treating the representation of black women so basic? Yeah, so in the case of Tiffany and Brett, I will reiterate that I do think that they receive less attention because of the fact that they're a fully black couple that does not entertain through the toxicity that people desire or expect. This is part of the reason why I feel like Love is Blind isn't concerned with genuine portrayal of black love, and we should have known they were scamming us all along when we saw how many people of color made it to the reveal. I feel like Love is Blind knew a lot of people wanted them to fix their mistakes made with Clay and AD in the previous season, where they spent over an hour using AD's pain for entertainment, and they said, fuck y'all, we're gonna do whatever we want. This is entertainment. This is the show. So far, it's already been revealed that the majority of these couples, which the majority of them were people of color, by the way, have built their relationships on deception, and I fear it's literally only just begun. It's just so crazy how they scammed us into thinking that all of these couples were so in love and so meant for each other. And I know this happens in other seasons, but I feel like the humiliation that black women face and the type of like betrayal that happens, it's like this could have been fixed with a background check. Like if they did a background check on Tyler, how would he have ended up on the show, or how would he have ended up getting away with lying to Ashley like that? I absolutely think they knew what was going on, but they were like, you know what, the same way that they tell people all the time our audience likes to see certain things, we got to keep in mind what those certain things are. You know, we can already see that Tyler in fact does not admit that he is still in these children's lives. He makes it seem like he just donated sperm and moved on, which is really misleading. I will say though that Ashley did not ask any questions whatsoever concerning how he actually went through with that process, at least not on camera. And this all really kind of made me feel like some of this was done on purpose. Like, I know I keep saying this, but it just doesn't seem realistic that Ashley wouldn't have asked anything else and would just go through with the wedding with such a small amount of information about something so life-changing, something so important. Maybe they will offer more money just to make things look like she didn't know the full picture, so that when the reunion comes around, it could be more entertaining. That's actually at the top when it comes to my theories. I don't know, but this is just weird, and I have a feeling that during the reunion, Tyler will get called out, and that will be the main drama of the reunion. I'm sure they're gonna bring Steven in and talk about whether or not he has a sex addiction, which he probably does. But I think they're gonna make a spectacle out of Tyler and Ashley, which makes me so irritated. It's so sad because it'll be yet again another example of black women receiving the short end of the stick or being deceived, being in pain, on not just on Love is Blind, but on reality TV in general. The truth is, though, we have to take some responsibility here and realize that when it comes to Love is Blind, anyone looking for real love should really look somewhere else. The vetting process alone and the way people have consistently been exposing Love is Blind should raise an eyebrow. Not only are they reaching out to potential contestants through social media, but they're telling them that they don't even need to be interested in actually getting married to be on the show. But remember that Love is Blind specifically is selling this reality TV show to us as if they genuinely want people to find love, and it's been proven time and time again that that's just not the case. It's entertainment like everything else. Anyway, I want to know what you guys think about this video. Please leave me a comment down below. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you feel like it. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!